And now for our formal announcement, will you please join me in welcoming to the podium the CEO of the IZOD IndyCar Series, Randy Bernard.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the Holman George family, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for attending. Well, today is a great day for race fans, team owners, drivers, and the IZOD IndyCar Series. You know, 9 months ago when I started, I've learned a significant amount since then. I've learned how important tradition, heritage, and passion is to this sport, from the history to the future. It's been amazing to me to see the fans come up to me and share their stories, how long they've been coming, 30, 40, 50 straight years to the Indy 500, and who their favorite drivers and engines and the cars were. It's also been very important to me to see the passion of individuals from the Holman George family in 1945 that have fostered a prestigious proving ground of the automotive innovative property and speedway here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Or Roger Penske, who has been racing and winning since 1958. Mr. Penske has 15 Indianapolis 500 wins. And I have to be honest with you, I wouldn't be standing up here today and with this announcement if it hadn't been for Mr. Penske's help with this whole process. It's not only about passionate individuals, but passionate auto manufacturers. Auto manufacturers have always used the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as a proving ground for relevance, innovation, and technology. They've always showcased what's going to be in the showroom, and that's a must. This must continue to happen for IndyCar to be successful. I want to thank the Iconic Advisory Committee and the project manager, Tony Kottman. Their collectiveness on setting the technical direction of the future of our sport has been very important, and also opening the door to competition. The one thing that we have heard time and time again from fans and everyone involved in the IZOD IndyCar Series is we want competition. And today is a new day. The IndyCar is excited about the opportunities that lie ahead. It's an honor to stand here today and know that we're moving forward, joining forces with an American manufacturer with heritage runs deep. Since 1909, when Louis Chevrolet raced here. That's amazing heritage. At this time, I'd like to bring up Chris Perry to share the exciting news.
Well, thank you, Randy. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining us. We have some exciting news to share with you today. An announcement that reinforces our legacy as an authentic American brand and our reputation for winning on the racetrack. As many of you know, we reach our centennial in 2011, and over our first 100 years, Chevrolet has formed an emotional connection with this country. And we celebrate that emotional connection through our most recent advertising campaign. We're demonstrating how Chevy runs deep within the fabric of the American culture, and that's also true in the racing world. In fact, we are proud to say Chevrolet is the winningest name in racing. No brand has visited the winner's circle more often than Chevrolet. Our commitment to racing began with our founder, Louis Chevrolet, who used to visit this speedway on weekends with his brothers, and who would race in the Indianapolis 500 4 times. Today, our performance success has spread throughout several motorsport series, including NASCAR with Impala and the Silverado, the American Le Mans Series with our iconic Corvette, the Grand Am Series with the Camaro, and NHRA drag racing. As you remember, we were also forced to deal with in open wheel racing, including the Indy Racing League and right here at the Indianapolis 500. Chevrolet competed previously as an engine manufacturer between 1986 and 1993, and again between 2002 and 2005 with V8 engines. We won 104 races, powering 6 driver champions and scoring 7 Indianapolis 500 victories. Well, I'm honored today to announce that Chevrolet will return to IndyCar racing and the Indy 500 in the 2012 calendar year, powering the next generation of race cars. We are proud and excited to build on our legacy of racing success with this new era of IZOD IndyCar Series. Why are we returning to IndyCar? There are several reasons. First, this series opens up a new, distinct fan base for Chevrolet in the motorsports community. These fans are passionate about IndyCar and the technology that drives the sport and these teams. And in return provides an important opportunity to expose our products and our technology to this well-educated, highly desirable audience. Second, this series is growing in interest and popularity. In the past year, male viewership in the 18 to 34 age demographic has raised 40%. At the same time, the growth of sponsorship investments has more than doubled in 1 year's time. And the advantage of motorsports for the auto industry is obvious. It provides some of the highest return on investment of any promotion that we conduct. The third reason, we know that the technology learnings we acquire by participating on the track with IndyCar will translate to the vehicles we produce today, and vice versa, creating a strong production technology relevance. Those are all sound and important business reasons to get back into the series. But there's one reason that drives us more than any other. We are competitors, and we are returning to IndyCar to win. Our goal, no matter which series we enter, no matter which track we compete on, is to power Chevrolet drivers to the victory lane. That's our goal here as well. And it'll be great to compete on the track in IndyCar once again. Now, this is a natural fit for Chevrolet. This is where it all began for our company. We're all proud to be back, and I believe Louis Chevrolet would be proud of our return here as well. He loved this place, and this announcement today reflects his philosophy that's etched into the bust just outside this museum. Never give up. Now, let's look at the facts behind our new Chevrolet technology for the track, and to do that, here's our Vice Chairman for Global Product Operations, Tom Stevens.
Well, thank you, Chris. It's really great to be here to cheer on Chevrolet's return to IndyCar, one of the world's most competitive and high-tech race series. At GM, our vision is to design, build, and sell the world's best vehicles. And racing is one of the best ways to learn as well as to showcase what we can do. Re-entering Indy-style racing lets us take our advanced engine technology to the upper bounds of what's possible. And it will provide a dynamic training ground for our engineers who will transfer the technologies we develop for racing to the products we sell to our customers. Racing will also help us with some of the major challenges facing the industry. Among the most critical are new fuel economy standards, CO2 regulations, and petroleum supply and demand volatility. Developing a portfolio of solutions that allows customers to choose the vehicles that best meet their needs while addressing fuel economy, CO2, and energy concerns is the focus of GM's advanced propulsion technology strategy. We're working on alternative fuels like ethanol and electricity, and we're also improving the efficiency of our powertrains, using new technologies like direct injection, small displacement engines with turbocharging, reduced friction, and many others. Our partnership with Ilmor will help us quickly push the state-of-the-art with these technologies and will apply the knowledge we gain to our production engines. For example, Chevrolet is already a recognized leader in implementing direct injected 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder engines. We've launched a number of segment-leading DI power plants. And now we're looking to expand this technology to even more production applications. Turbocharging and smaller displacement engines are other areas where we can apply improvements from racing to our high-volume passenger cars. One great example is the new 1.4-liter turbocharged engine in the Chevrolet Cruze, which offers best-in-segment highway fuel economy. This engine can drive small, when you want the best efficiency, but it can also drive large when you need the best performance. It's like having two engines in one. Now, building on this foundation, our partnership with Ilmor will help us accelerate our advanced propulsion strategy. We'll develop the most advanced engine technologies. We'll work on further increasing performance while using the least amount of fuel. And we'll learn how to get the most out of E85 ethanol. We'll put all this knowledge into our new IndyCar engine for 2012. It'll be an efficient, high-performance twin-turbo V6 with direct injection and have a displacement of 2.4 liters or less. Beyond engine improvements, we'll also compete at the cutting edge of aerodynamics, safety, electronics, and materials innovation to make our Indy cars and then our production vehicles even more efficient, safer, more innovative, and especially more fun to drive. Chevrolet is already one of the most successful competitors in motorsports worldwide. And with IndyCar racing, we'll put our focus on delivering the world's best vehicles into overdrive. Our goal is to win on the track, in advanced technology, and in the marketplace. That's why we're proud to once again partner with Ilmor Engineering, for over 2 decades, one of the world's best racing engine developers. And it's a great pleasure for me to introduce Roger Penske, who is here today to share Ilmor's perspective on our exciting new partnership. Thank you, and turn it over to Roger.
Thank you, Tom, and welcome everybody this morning. First, Mary, I want to thank you and the family for providing us the greatest racetrack in the world to compete on. I know many people are here today that know that, and it's why I'm here. Certainly, when I see IZOD represented here with Stark, to me, to see the sponsorship that we have in the series going forward has made a huge difference, for us in 2010, and we look for that as we go forward. Certainly the iconic committee, I know many of the members here. It's terrific to see the cross-pollination of engineering and certainly driver and track ownership that have come together to really make this change. And Tony, you helped bring this league together, which was so important with Kevin last year, and we've seen the benefits of this with more people racing, more teams. We've seen new rookies that have come in. We have 4 ladies running in our series, which is just terrific. I think the demographics are different. So at the time that I had the opportunity to talk to Mark Royce about the opportunity to maybe come into IndyCar racing, he wanted to know, what was the momentum? What do the people think? What do the teams think? Can Chevrolet come back and be a winner? And obviously, there was lots of discussions about that the ensuing months. But I want to thank Tom, obviously, to have a global leader like himself come here today, I think shows you the impact that this decision has on Chevrolet. As they've reduced models in General Motors, they're focusing, more on their key brands, and certainly Chevrolet is. Chris, from a marketing perspective, what we need to have in this series. Jim Campbell, Mark Kent, and Terry Dolan, I can't thank you enough for pulling this together, because as Ilmor, we're in the racing business. And as you know, Ilmor has partnered with Honda for a number of years to build the current engines we've been running. Not one failure in the 500s over the last 5 years. What a track record. And I think a level playing field. Many of us are competing head-to-head with the other teams, and I would say that Ilmor and Honda have provided us, that level playing field. And we expect with Chevrolet, and obviously with a competitor on the racetrack, we're going to see the game move up, but we're also going to see more competition. And what does that mean? More customers, more dealers, more employees, more fans are going to be involved in supporting this sport, and that's what we need. We need to fill this grandstand every May and fill the tracks around the country. As someone asked me about Detroit, obviously, we love to run in Detroit, and I know Randy has done a terrific job, taking the series to the next step, and the different venues are key to us. And as we go forward, we have to do that. Tony, your involvement, on the rules, very, very important to us. We have a level playing field. We need to keep our costs down. We got to get our racing up, and we need to showcase brands around this world. So to me, this couldn't be a better day. This is a team. It's a manufacturer, it's a track, it's a league, it's sponsors, and it's competitors. So for me, I can't say enough to thank the people up here, obviously, for their commitment. And look, we're all here. Look at the cars out there. It gives me goosebumps when I came here in 1951 with my dad to see the first race and to see the success our team has had. My name might be on the door, but it's the people behind that door that's made the difference. The same thing we see here every year. There's stories every single time we race at Indianapolis. So great opportunity for us. I want to thank everybody, Mary, you and your family, and Tony, obviously. Jeff, just done a terrific job. So again, I'll let Elio talk a little bit about, he won the last race here with a Chevy, his second in a row, so I'll turn it over to you. But thank you for the support today.
Thank you, Roger. This is incredible news. Yes, my last win, the win with the engine, Chevrolet engine, was in 2002, and we still had a few, believe it or not. We couldn't make it, and it turned out to be a great victory. I can only say, as a driver, this is incredible news because turbocharge is back, baby. It's just all about fun, and for sure, it's going to be enjoyable again, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Not only that, as a fan, as Roger was talking about, especially for the fans, they're going to see competition. You're going to cheer for whoever manufacturer you're looking for, and that's what it's all about. The teams, I believe, it's going to gain with that. I mean, it's a win-win situation that we are actually facing here today. And obviously, IZOD IndyCar Series, it's coming back. I remember very well when we had the grandstand full, and I guarantee with those news, you're going to create excitement again. You're going to make people want to come back and see, the drivers, the fastest drivers in the track. So I can only thank, everyone actually, because being here today, part of this news is just make you go back out there on the racetrack and try everything you can to go fast. So great news, excited to be part of it. Hopefully we're going to continue having a lot more fun. So thank everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Elio, and thank you, gentlemen. We're going to take care of some chair reconfiguring here. I'd like to ask Jim Campbell and Tony Kottman if you guys could come up on the podium here as we get set to start our media Q&A sessions. So reporters be thinking of good questions, okay? We'd like to recognize a couple of other gentlemen. Stark Taylor, Roger mentioned Stark Taylor of IZOD. Stark, would you stand up and let everybody know that you're here? Thank you for being here. And also, J.R. Hildebrand slipped in. Where's J.R.? Back in the back, all the way back by the trophy case. J.R., thanks for being here this morning. All right, we're going to start off with a brief Q&A period here. I think everybody's got a mic, or we can share mics among gentlemen here. We're going to take 4 or 5 real quick questions before we break these gentlemen off for one-on-one interviews. So let's begin back in the back. Can we get a mic back there? Go ahead and pass a mic. Just say your name and your affiliation, please.
Don Kay with Autosport Radio of Indianapolis. To the gentleman from Chevrolet, I noticed you mentioned showed up on the screen aerodynamics. Now with your performance in building engines, will you also build an aero kit for the cars?
We're working right now with the league as they finalize the rule package, but we do expect to be working on an aero package. We have a lot of capability in our shop, in the tunnels, as well as our CFD technology. And also we'll be working with Roger Penske and his team and others on getting the best aero package we can within the rules. So once those get set by IndyCar, we will be off and running.
Other questions, sir?
Hi, Peter DiLorenzo, AutoExtremist.com. Roger, do you expect this engine to be available to whichever teams want to get involved with it besides Penske Racing?
Well, I think as we've seen in the past when we've had multiple engine manufacturers, each team has the opportunity to pick a manufacturer, and I think that this is what makes the level playing field as we go forward. The goal of the league is to have engines from the two manufacturers, throughout the field, and I've not seen exactly how that's going to be put together, but I can tell you anything that we have has been in the past when we provided engines was available to anybody else. The same thing will be from the aero kits. So this is going to give Chevrolet and General Motors the benefit of not just one team but multiple teams throughout the field, which I think that's exactly what the league wants.
Peter, just follow up on that. That's exactly what we'll be doing. Obviously, we're thrilled that Roger and his team will be joining Chevrolet, and we'll be joining them. Obviously, there's a number of other teams out there, and we'll certainly be talking to them here in the near future.
Other questions? Anybody else? Derek? I'll give you mine.
Derek Daly of Wish TV, Indianapolis. Congratulations to everybody who made this happen. This is such a big move for IndyCar racing. Roger, you're a pretty influential person. You made the call to Chevrolet and got the ball rolling. Did you make the call to Ford yet?
Well, I guess when you live in Detroit, you have an opportunity to communicate with all the manufacturers, and I think that we helped the committee with some introductions, with all the manufacturers. I think that Chevrolet looked at this and in their strategy with the brand going forward, felt that it would be the time to go. Hopefully, this will bring other big three manufacturers in, and also, to me, we need to see this be a worldwide series with competition from around the world. So, this is the first step. And, typically when someone makes that step, people are going to open their eyes and say, this is a real opportunity for us. We don't want to miss the chance to compete at the Indy 500. And I think that's what's happening. Honda certainly has done that. And Chevy's seen the opportunity to go through the door with the new rules and the way we're going to structure the league in the future. I think we'll see some other people in. But I just live in Detroit and try to do my job.
And it's more than just compete at Indy. For the first time in history, when you look at the challenges in our industry, the technologies that need to be developed very quickly to address those challenges are the same technologies that you have to develop to win here at Indy. And so it really does make it a very attractive situation for the OEMs these days.
Okay, Dick, and then one more.
Elio and anybody out there can answer. The speeds in Indy have settled in around 225, 226. Is there a chance that this might push them back up to the 230 range?
Well, you might ask Tony, but my understanding is that there's a lot of work being done on simulation to look at speeds and aerodynamics. We want to keep the driver in the car, not just everybody be able to drive around it, wide open when we get to a track like this. So I think that's going to be part of the committee. And on the technical side, Tony Kottman, to be sure that we do have the right situation. I'll let him maybe add to that.
I think it's fair to say that the vehicle's been designed to be able to be more efficient. More efficiency often leads to greater speeds. There's many things to take into consideration, but I think that you'll find the vehicle is plenty capable of running that with even with smaller displacement, a reduction in horsepower, and it's capable of doing it. So at the end of the day, I think it's up to IndyCar to choose the direction they want to go, and I'll say the base of it will be there, the performance will be there to do it.
All right, one more.
Tony, for you again. In a release that came out the other day, it said that the manufacturer, in this case Chevrolet, that there's no house teams, that there are no Chevy teams. So that when the testing goes on, will it be open to everybody? Will they rotate different teams as they go out to test their product and see, so that everybody gets a chance to run it?
I think we need to get a little deeper into it when we're talking about testing, but in reality, I think I'll just reiterate what Roger said, that obviously there's heritage here with Elmore Chevy and Penske, And other teams, any other team who runs a Chevrolet will have exactly the same specification that Penske will have. When we go and we get into a test program between IndyCar and Elmore, we plan on having a car on track, mid next year anyway, and that'll develop, and hopefully we can develop a pattern or develop into work together with the test program. I'm sure we'll get to a point when teams have, been decided which engine manufacturer they're going to choose, that there'll be on-track testing, and I think on-track testing is just an evolution. You're constantly evolving and updating and trying to fine-tune until a certain period before the race. So I think it's fair to say that everybody will be involved or participate all the way up to the end. And as we've said before, this is about competition. It's about controlling competition, within certain aspects, but it's about being in together. And I think it's in Chevy's best interest that they have more teams participating in what's going on, and I think it'll lead to a far leveler playing field in long term.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. We're going to split these guys up now, and some of the other folks here who would be available for one-on-ones as well, for members of the local media here who would like to do that. Thank you all for coming once again. We appreciate your attendance, and have a terrific day.